look like he's a bigger fish, so the other fish would turn away.
Wow, for. Now, Steve, do you have a favorite fish?
Now, favorite fish would have to be the manta ray. Let's see if I can find one here.
They kind of were over your head a little while ago, but the whale sharks kind of got in the way. So why don't you tell us about the whale shark coming by? Why does he have all these fish? Steve, look this way. Hello? Steve, why are all these fish under the whale shark?
The whale sharks produce a lot of movement through the water, and so it's sort of like a race car or a bicyclist. They're drafting, so if they stay next to the whale shark, they don't have to swim as hard. Plus, if you're next to the biggest fish in the ocean, no one's going to really bug you too much.
So I'll hang out with that big fish because then nobody will bother me, right? I know you're pointing to something. What are you pointing to?
Coming in right now, we're talking about my favorite fish.
Oh, okay. He's going to tell us about his favorite fish.
A mongoose ray and a cowmouse ray right next to him. So, and there's a lot of different types of rays, and there's a lot of different types of sharks. And actually, sharks and rays are related to each other. So both the manta ray and the whale shark, as big as they are, they eat little tiny krill, little tiny shrimp. So the manta ray here, if you look as he comes by, he's got those little things in front. And sometimes you'll notice that they'll move them down as lower lobes and scoop up the water column and sort of do a barrel roll. There's another one right there. And what they're doing is they're doing a feeding behavior. A lot of times they'll hang around divers because they think that the bubbles are shrimp. And so they'll do that loop-de-loop around the divers.
Hey Steve, you're a volunteer diver here. What do you do?
Well, we call ourselves job custodians. What we do is we do the cleaning of the exhibit. So I was in here this morning. There's about 12,000 square foot of acrylic that needs to be wiped down every day. Then we do procedures on the animals. We scrub the rocks, vacuum the sand. So it's just like a big fish tank, except our fish tank's a little larger than yours.
How about the filtration? How does this water stay clean, Steve?
Very good point. Now, this is 6.2 billion gallons, so there's a lot of water here, and a lot of big fish, and we feed them about 400 pounds of food a day. And 400 pounds in goes out eventually. And so we have large filtration systems. So all the water here is actually filtered every hour. There's about 24 very large grates right underneath here. And then they suck in all the water and filter it out, and it comes back out. So it's a pretty amazing system. So even though I'm 30 feet down, underneath me, there's a whole other universe of pumps and filters and so forth.
It's a majestic road just to see those pumps and them working constantly. And if you heard Steve, in 1 hour's time, 6.3 million gallons of water are cycled through those great pumps. Imagine that. Let me see if we have any questions from someone else. I think I have a question for Steve. No question is unappreciated.
We talk for a while, then. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Smaller and larger fish here. This Goliath grouper, if you look at it, I can see a really tiny cleaner, actually several. I can see 3 from here. Cleaner fish on it. So while she stays really quiet there, all these fish are actually feeding on her parasites and other things and cleaning her off. And they have an agreement that they'll set up a cleaning station like that and she'll agree not to eat them. And there's several cleaning stations like that all around the exhibit. So even though it's a huge exhibit, that you see some very small things as well as some very large things.
We have a couple of questions here. Yes, sir. The young man wants to know, how much air do you have in your tank?
Hopefully enough. We have about 3,400 PSI, so I could stay in here about an hour and a half or so.
And actually, he can stay down as long as he still has air, but if he runs out, he just has to go up to the top and they'll give him another tank. So, again, And he's okay there. Do you have a question? Yes, sir, ma'am. She sees something coming out of the stingray. It's probably sand or excrement, which is normal kind of thing. What goes in does come out. But thanks for the question. Another question or two? We're going to wait till our divers move by so that we don't have as much congestion. You can see that there are a lot. Hey, Steve, I'll ask you, because I usually do anyway, how many fish do we have in there?
Let me check. 1, 2, that's a big one. I have no idea. We actually don't know exactly how many fish. And the fish change, too. You know, this little girl here, this gallina grouper, she's about 400 pounds. As she gets older, she'll turn into a boy. So we have some fish that change sexes, boy and girl, girl and boy. And all groupers start out as a girl, and then as they get larger, one of them will become a boy. So it's...
How about that? I do that ability. Wow. Oh, young man wants to know, what happens to the fish that might not be alive in Ocean Voyager? What happens to them?
Well, we keep this exhibit very well fed, as I said. So we don't have that much predation. There are sicknesses that happen. There is some small fish that get eaten by big fish sometimes. And we just watch for it, and if we can catch it early enough, then we'll then add them off and send it to heal it up.
Okay, Steve, we're going to run a little traffic movement here, but hang in there now, because I think Gary wants to talk to you in a few minutes, okay? So don't go anywhere. And everybody hang tight, because Gary always likes to take over my job. As much as I try to do this well, he says, no, Linda, I got to get on and talk to the people. So, Gary, I'm going to let you take over, okay? Hang in there now. Gary's going to take over, and there won't be a vote afterwards who does better, but here you go, Gary.